Now I come and there's all these rules everywhere. I'm like, do you know who I am? Do you know who I am? I'm gonna f all up. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Faith, for those of you who are new here. For everyone that's returning, thank you for being a real one. Thanks for sticking with me. Oh my god, just like in a really laid back mood right now because I'm about to tell a story. Before I get into that, this has been such a struggle. One, trying to sort out my lighting has been such a struggle. Trying to find times when I'll be able to do it, because we know like it's getting darker in the UK right now, and by the time I'm done from work it's so pitch black that when I get home lighting is just so crap. I've been tweaking things here and there to see if I could like figure out the lighting, and I feel like I've arrived somewhere right now. But yes, I'm just hoping this has actually worked out and this looks good. Background story: I grew up in Nigeria. I went to high school in Nigeria and I went to two different high schools. One was a military day school and the other one was a boarding school. And yes, so I went to the military day school for a total of 4 years and a little bit. And yes, my parents decided it was not working well. I'll tell you why. So I went to high school at the tender age of 9 years old. I learned a lot of things in high school. So going to a military school definitely taught me a lot of things, especially being stubborn, because if you're familiar with the military officers in Nigeria, they can be a little bit overbearing and they can be a little bit annoying. So I had to experience them firsthand when I went to a military day school in Nigeria. So I went to this school and I learned how to be stubborn in this school, because to be honest, a lot of us learned how to be stubborn while we were in this school. And because the military officers, they did a lot of things that were uncalled for, and as you're just being annoyed, you're trying to annoy them, and it's just a constant cycle of people just being rebellious, the military officers trying to instill would I say discipline. I don't know what it was they were doing, but honestly it was quite interesting. But yeah, so I started off very innocently. As time went by, I formed my own cliques, or I was in a clique, or I was with a group of girls who were called my clique members. We had boys as well. Like, we were all just rebelling. That was like our daytime job. Literally, there were days where I would literally leave school just to be true, and no reason whatsoever. Just leave school, go around and just do all sorts of things, go back to school when the days ended, just because sometimes they just annoyed you. And days where you get to school late and they'll punish you, they'll beat you with koboko for unnecessary things. Like, you could be in a quiet class, or a class where people are making noise because obviously the teacher's not there. The soldier will come and just be like, oh yeah, everybody get up, you're going to lie down in the sun for the rest of the afternoon because you are making noise. And it's just like, oh my god, here we go again. Oh my god, I can remember very well one of these days when the soldier came and I wasn't even feeling well. So I had my head on my desk and this soldier came and I was like, okay, you're all making noise, everybody's gonna punish, we're gonna punish you. Was giving us some sort of sermon and the other, and I just hissed, because honestly I'd had it to here. I hissed, and then he came to me and told me to get up. I was one of those children that no matter what you did to me, I won't flinch. I would just be like, well, flog me all you want, I'm just not gonna flinch. I'm not gonna give you the satisfaction of seeing me cry. That's how stubborn I got. I became so thick-skinned that no matter what kind of punishment was at the end of me being stubborn or truant, I was just like, been there, done that, I don't care what you're about to do. I got to my 5th year of high school. I was literally starting my 5th year. My parents found out I had a boyfriend. That was where all hell went loose. They were like, alright, time to get you out of here. Clearly you're in this school and you're just learning rubbish. And the thing is, I was always a good student. Like, I did so well in school. I didn't do as well as I could because I never put in effort. I just relied on just being able to absorb information easily, because there were days where I would run out of school and not do anything, and I still did well in school. So it was hard to convince my parents that I wasn't being a naughty child, because the soldiers would try to call my parents a lot. So yes, they found out I had a boyfriend, and they were like, well, this is it. This is it. You're not going to that school anymore. And because this school was a school where it was mostly like lower class, middle class people, and my parents were a very comfortable middle class, so they thought, you know what, rather than thinking this is cost effective, why not spend money and send her to somewhere that they would put more stringent rules and more like control on these children and make them behave the way they should be behaving, rather than being this stubborn, because my parents were starting to see me as a stubborn child at home as well. Right, so my sister and I were sent off to boarding school. We get to boarding school and both of us are holding ourselves and crying. Before I went into boarding school, I was thinking, oh, I'll be fine, be a breeze. Like, I was getting on well with everyone in my previous school. And then I got to boarding school and reality dawned on me. I felt like I was sticking out like the sore thumb. I was just like, I don't fit in here. This is not my scene. I wasn't happy for the first few weeks. It was horrible. I remember my sister crying as well, saying she doesn't like it here. We were just like, oh my god, we don't like this. But fast forward to a few months in, we started to find our feet. I made a few friends. I started to learn how the place worked. You know, how you would go to the tap, and if your senior is there, you better leave that tap for them unless you had a good relationship with them. And before I didn't know, I would literally go to the tap to fetch water. Whoever was behind me, I didn't even know who was senior, who was junior, and then you end up like serving some sort of weird punishment, or you end up stepping on someone's toes. I feel like people should have cut us some slack because we were new, even though we're like awkward, but like we're new, we don't know how this place runs. So like, yeah, anyways, that aside, so I started getting comfortable in boarding school. Lo and behold, this was where they were gonna clip my wings. All my wings, all the badass that I thought I was, this was where it was gonna be all over. I didn't realize that. I thought, you know, I was a badass. I got away with it even when I was with soldiers. See, you that's not a soldier that want to deal with me. I'm gonna deal with you myself. I was a crazy child. So I started learning the rules and everything. In boarding school, they didn't let us have our own snacks, our own provisions, our own confectionery, nothing. We weren't allowed because the school fed us 5 times a day. And I'll be very honest, the food I ate in that school is one of the best food I've ever eaten in my life. Oh my god, their kitchen is so good. Like, literally, the food was amazing. But yes, so we weren't allowed our own confectionery. The only time you were able to get that was on visiting day, when your parents would come to visit you, and before they come, you'd send them a whole long ass list of what you need, and then they'll bring it to you, and then you eat all your fill that day, because you dare not take those foods or those snacks or whatever it was back into the hostel, because we stayed in hostels. And we had matrons that were watching after us. So yeah, your matron must not catch you with any contraband, as we called it back then. I don't know if that's what they still call it now. But yes, contraband was not allowed. Contraband was in the form of gadgets, electronics. It was in the form of food stuff that wasn't given to you by the kitchen. Even if it was given to you by the kitchen, you need to eat it in the dining before going into your hostel. So that's how strict it was. And imagine me being used to just living however I want to and doing whatever I want back in day school, and now I come and there's all these rules everywhere. I'm like, do you know who I am? Do you know who I am? I'm gonna fall up. I was just like, yeah, this is it. I need to, you know, assert some type of, you know, just let them know who I am in this place, because yeah, I cannot live this kind of life. I need to just let them know who I be, because once they know who I am, they're gonna take. So I had a group of friends and we came together to hatch a plan. The plan was that on visiting day, when our parents came to visit us, right? So I forgot to mention, our boarding school had male and female hostels which were far away from each other. So it was a male and female boarding school. It wasn't just female and it wasn't just male. Yes, so let's continue. So the plan was, on visiting day, when your parents bring you all these chewing gums, biscuits, cakes, snacks, whatever they brought. Eat what you can eat that day. Ask them to bring in excess, and whatever is left, we'll all converge before we go back into the hostel, because before you went back into the hostel they search you. So yeah, we'll converge, put all our things together. We had a Ghana must go. I'm gonna insert a picture of the Ghana must go here somewhere if you don't know what a Ghana must go is. So we're supposed to put all our snacks together and sneak it into the hostel. It was a plan. The way we're supposed to sneak it was someone would be clean, go into the hostel, get searched. We had a corner of the hostel where we believe that the matrons don't go to, and because the hostel had a fence demarcating it from the school environment, so someone would be at the back of the fence and someone would be inside the hostel, and by the time the clean person had got into the hostel, we'll give a signal and the person at the back of the fence, or the couple of people at the back of the fence, would throw the bag over the fence. And yes, that was us sneaking in our confectionery. We already had a hiding place that we'll take it to straight away, just so no one came to look for it and whatnot. So that was the plan. Lo and behold, the time came for us to hatch this plan. The person that was designated to go in clean went in clean. She got searched. It was like, okay, fine, you're clean, go into the hostel. She got into the hostel, she got to the designated area, and then she gave the signal, and we on the other side threw the bag over the fence. It was at this point that things went left. Matron was literally upstairs watching us the entire time. We didn't know. It was so funny how as soon as we threw it over the fence, she just said, "Alright, bring that bag here." At this point I was pissing myself. I was like, oh no, this is it. Plans gone left. This was a sad day. So yes, she got the bag, and what annoyed me and what caused this entire situation was what she did once she got the bag. Do you know that this woman took the bag into her room and emptied the bag? Do you know, I don't know, as much as I was stubborn, I would much rather prefer to be punished, or I would rather prefer things to go the right way, which is lawful. Like, okay, I've done the wrong thing, punish me. Do not go, don't just do what you shouldn't be doing. No, I don't like it. I expected her to report us, throw those things away, and they should punish us or something. That was what I was expecting. No, her taking all our snacks and putting them in her room and telling us we could go. At that point I should have been rejoicing that I was free from punishment, but no, Fate with a big head wanted to be stubborn. I was like, what? My snacks that I suffered for, this woman has taken everything. How dare she? Oh my god, I can't. I was livid. And so I said to my friends, you know what, we're going to get our bags back. This was the military student in me coming out. I was like, don't worry, I've got this. We're going to get our bags back. We're going to get everything back. I don't care what she wants to do. So I came up with a plan in my head. I don't even know if I told my friends about this plan, but the plan was to get close to her, right? Because she got close to a few students. And once she gets close to you and she trusts you enough, she would give you the keys to the hostel, which sometimes had her room key attached. She'll give you the keys to go to send students out when it was like dinner time. So maybe on Saturday where we came back from school early, or on Sunday where we didn't have to like go to prep. She'll give you the keys to send people out of the hostel to have dinner, and then sometimes she'll leave the key on you until the end of dinner time and then ask you to send people back in the hostel and then return her keys. So my plan, this was my plan, to get close to her, that she trusted me enough to give me her keys, and I did it. So she gave me her keys on this beautiful day. Like, this went on for a few days, like me getting close to her. Like, I'll talk to her, we'll just hang out, you know, chill, you know, make her feel good, do all these things, help her out, just be like her little buddy. And after a few weeks, it was like about a week or two later, She gave us her keys. At this point in my head, I'm thinking, okay, I'm sure she's eating most of these things, but I'm still going to be able to recover a good amount of it because it was a lot. Honestly, it was a massive bag. So I took her keys and I sent people out of the hostel. That day we were being served fried yam in the hostel. So I was like, okay, for everything she did, I'm going to punish her, and I'm going to punish her by taking some of my fried yam and put it into her pillow, put it under her bed sheets, and just make sure that ants come and visit her at night when she's asleep, because obviously if there's food around, it attracts like ants and rats and all that. I was like, she has to suffer, and as well as me taking all our things back from her room. That was my plan. So that day she gave me her keys. I did what I was supposed to do, which was send people out of the hostel, and then the time came. I told my friends, all right, operation's about to begin, need to keep an eye out. Someone needs to stand here, someone needs to stand here. I'm going to be the one to go in the room, make sure I search everywhere, take what I need to take, put the things in the right places. And then the plan was going well. I don't know how stupid I was, thinking she won't think that I was the one that did it. And the funny thing is, she didn't actually think I was the one that did it. So I went into her room, and guess what I found? A half-eaten pack of biscuits. That was all that was left. Out of everything, out of the chewing gums, out of cake, out of sweets, snacks, hobnobs, all sorts of different assortments of snacks. There was only a half pack of digestive biscuit left. Where's everything? Where is it? She's probably shared it, or she's probably eaten it all by herself. I was even madder than when she took the snacks from us. I was so upset, like I could cry when I got into her room and I saw this. I was like, Jesus, this woman asked me. I was like, wow, okay, I'm gonna show her Pepe. I turned her room upside down, put things in her room as I planned. The yams, I put them everywhere. This was cooked yams. And then yeah, that was it. I just closed the door and I went to tell my friends. I was like, look, there's nothing, she's eating everything, but I've put yams in her room and she's gonna suffer for it. And I scattered her room because I was angry. So dinner time ended. I went back into hostel, still with her keys. Everyone's gone back into hostel, and I put the keys in my pillow. So I went to my room, put the keys in my pillow. This was part of my plan. This was my alibi. So I was going to get back in, put the keys in my pillow, go to another hostel, and claim that in this time where I put the keys in my pillow, I went to another hostel, someone might have taken the keys and done what they did. So by the time, because we had two hostels, so I went to the second hostel. So by the time I came back, I was chilling. I still had her keys with me. And then she came and she collected her keys and went into her room. I was expecting to be called. So I stayed put. Before I knew it, she started shouting my name. Faith! Faith! All over everywhere. Actually, she was shouting my last name. She was like, there, Big Bear! Where are you? She was screaming. I was like, this is about to be a hot night. Little did I know that it was actually about to be a bloody hot night. Stay tuned and just hear what happened. So I went to her and she was like, what happened to my room? And I was like, excuse me, ma, I don't know. She was like, what happened? You need to tell me what. I was like, I don't know. She was like, okay, come with me. So I went with her into the room and she was showing me. She was like, look at this. Look at my room. And I was like, I'm so sorry, ma, I don't know what happened. When I came back from the hostel, I put the key under my pillow and I went to the other hostel. You can ask these people, I've been with them all evening and the key was under my pillow. So maybe someone saw me put it under my pillow and took the key, because a lot of people didn't like her. So I thought that story was going to sell. And to be honest, if he came down to beating me, I didn't really care, because I was like, no matter what you do, I'm not even going to cry. Like, you flog me and then you'll be done with it. So I was like, yeah, I don't know. I was like, I swear I do not know what happened. I have no idea, but I don't care. You're going to, in my head I'm thinking, I don't care, you're going to suffer for this, and I'm not even, this is not even the beginning, I'm just starting with you, so take your time. That was in my head. So yeah, so she told me to kneel down, and then she brought out this cane. It was this long cane, and then she told me to stretch my hand out, and then she started beating me. So she was beating me, she beat me, she was asking me, who did this? She was like, I know you didn't do it, but you know who did it, and you must tell me today, because all of you are in trouble. And I'm like, I'm so sorry, ma, I don't know. And she just kept beating me, and she was beating me, and she was beating me. This was going on for quite some time. I didn't know that people in the hostel were hearing things that were happening, because she locked her room door because someone tried to get in and the room was locked. And they probably thought, oh my gosh, she's harassing a student in the room. This was when all hell went loose. Before I know it, pitch black. Everywhere went dark. Someone had gone to turn off the light from the control switch of the entire hostel, and things got wild. As soon as it went dark, she tried to open up the door with her, I don't know, I think she used a torchlight. This woman received beating. Because it was dark, she couldn't identify who was doing what. She received beating, and I think I even contributed to that beating, because as soon as I got up from where my hand was literally covered my body, she had beaten me a lot. I was like, yeah, it's time for me to instill some pain on her as well. I joined in, I kicked her, I did whatnot, and it was so bad. The hostel was so rowdy. People were dealing with this woman who was our matron. It was so bad that people from the boys' hostel heard what was happening. It was that bad. And the patron from the boys' hostel, so their guardian, heard what was happening and came to our hostel, turned the light back on. At this point, the woman had been battered. I think she had been, apparently someone peed and put it in a bowl and poured it on her. They poured urine on her. It's filthy. Whoever did that, that's filthy. So yeah, they poured urine on her. It was brutal. And they took me, the patrons took me and questioned me, and I told them the exact same story. Came back, I put the key under my pillow, I don't know what happened. And yes, so they said, okay, we're going to tell madam. And when you hear this, as someone who went to this same school, you would know what this means. Madam was someone to be feared. Madam was the owner of the school. May her soul rest in peace. She's actually late right now. But the fear of this woman is the beginning of wisdom, because she would injure you, like, and she could expel you with the snap of a finger. Like, she could finish you, literally finish your entire life if she wanted to. And she was not very nice. She was not the nicest person as we knew her back then. So when they said, well, we'll have to invite madam to the school to investigate this matter, I was like, whoa! Hey!
I hear me, take me, back me.
And this happened like on a weekday. So days went by, I didn't hear of any madam. I was like, thank God, maybe I'm off the hook. Fast forward to one lovely Sunday, I was in church. I just had a tap on my shoulder. Madam is looking for you. This was where I almost passed out. I was like, oh my God, it's all over. I'm dead. I am dead. Faith, you are dead. This is it. This is the end of your stubbornness. They will finish you today. So I stood up with my little short legs. I went to meet madam. So I got to where madam was. By the time I got there, she was already dealing with people. Like, she had girls that she was lined up and she was beating them so brutally that I thought, I'm sure their case is not as bad as mine. The minute she gets to me, she's going to literally just strangulate me. Like, she will literally finish me. I'm going to go crazy. I was almost pissing myself standing there waiting for my turn. And later I found out that the girls that she was beating, their only offense was that they had been loitering when church was going on. And me, I was here dealing with a case of violence and stealing and destruction of property. I was like, wow, this is it. I'm dead. It's all over. My life is gone. And as soon as madam finished with the rest of the girls, she turned to me and she said, oh, so this is a small rat. I was about 4'7" or 4'8" at the time. I was so little. I was 4'9", or I don't even know, I was just under 5 foot tall. She was like, so this is the rat that's been disrupting my school. I was like, I'm so sorry, ma, I don't know what happened. Tears came from nowhere. The tears came. I cried. I was like, I have no idea what happened. I swear, I don't know. This is what happened. I told her the same cock and bull story I've been telling everyone. And then people saw my friends standing outside for me the day I went into the matron's room, and some people snitched. So my friends were called as well for questioning. My friends denied me. I thought Peter was the only one. It was like As the cock crowed, all of them just denied me, and I was the one that had the most dirt on my hands, so I couldn't even lie. Or I lied, but it wasn't. I think they bought my lie, but they thought I was trying to conceal someone or trying to cover up someone. So they said, Madame said, so this is this small rat that's disrupting my school. She told me to kneel down. I was like, okay, this is it. So I thought she was gonna beat me, but she didn't, and she just said, what happened? And I said to her, and apparently the matron had said that the person had stolen her gold jewelry, the person had broken into her wardrobe and stolen her clothes and her money. So she added a whole lot of different things that didn't really happen, and I was just like, wow, it is getting real. So Madame then said, you know what, if you don't tell me the truth today, you're leaving my school. At that point I was like, okay, it's over. It's really over. There's nothing I can do. I kept telling the same story, and if you went to command, you would know that our motto as students of command was no snitching. No snitching. You do not snitch, no matter what situation you're faced with. Like, you do not dare break a snitch, because someone else will cover you up if it ever happened. Like, do not snitch. And I still had that spirit in me. I was like, I don't care, I'm going to stick to my story. I'm not going to tell about anyone. So my friends who were involved as well, I didn't even mention their names. I literally took it all on my back. I was like, you know what, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to stick to my story. Whatever happens, happens. Fate. So she said, you're leaving my school if you don't tell me the truth. And I stuck to my story, and she said, you know what, patron, take this girl to the hostel to pack all her bags. She's leaving my school. I was going to the school, to my hostel, to pack my bags. The patron was beating me like a criminal, literally. It was just, and this patron used to be my friend, so I felt so betrayed in this moment. He was just, you know, hitting me with the cane as I was going to pack my bags. I packed my bags. As I was packing my bags, I found a ceramic cup. It was like ceramic. I don't know what material it was made from, but I know I found something ceramic, something that could break and be sharp. I broke it, and I was like, you know what, on the way to my house, I'm just going to stab myself, because my parents are going to murder me. Why not just do it myself, or at least injure myself so they have mercy on me. So yes, I got back with my bags and everything. At this point I felt like the whole school was looking at me, so I didn't even look up. Like, I felt like everyone had gathered to watch this scene play out, so I didn't even look up. I don't know who witnessed this, so in case you didn't witness this, this is a full gist. So patron got me out with all my bags, ready to leave the school. I get into Madame's truck, we start driving, and she stops. At this point I'm thinking, why has she not even flogged me? Like, this woman was so used to her beating people mercilessly. I was preparing my body to be beaten like a slave, but she didn't, and she just put me in her car and we're going, and then she stopped, and then she was like, get out of my car. I got out, and she was like, you're going to be punished. At this point I'm like, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Do you know, by saving grace, my mom, because we went to her primary school, so we're now in her boarding school, so she's very, very familiar with my mom, because my mom was one of those people that if nothing adds up, or if something doesn't add up in her bill, or if something is going wrong, she will appear by herself, be present in the school, and take the matter into her hands. Like, my schoolmates already know my mom, that okay, she will come and disrupt things if things are not going right, if someone is being cheated. Always wanted the best for us, and I guess she probably thought at that point that, oh, this woman will not be pleased if I do this, because yeah, my mom, she was definitely someone who fought for what was right, especially when it came to her children, and Madame already knew this. So she kicked me out the car with my bags, and she asked the headmaster, so the person in charge, the person who was always present on the premises, she told him to punish me for a few days to see if I would confess and tell them who has done what. So I started serving punishment. So the punishment was going to the front of the school with wheelbarrows and packing firewood, so basically planks, taking it to the kitchen for them to use in the kitchen to cook. I did that morning till evening when my mates were in class for about a week, and every day I'll be called in to just be questioned. So they try to find out what happened. Am I ready to confess? Am I ready to tell them who's done it? And every day I'll tell the same story because I ain't no snitch. I was the one that did it, so who was I even snitching on? Anyway, so like every day I just talk. They said, okay, we know you did it. Who was your accomplice? I'm like, I don't know anything. Like I literally stayed, because they were like, we know you can't do it by yourself. Who helped you, or who were you helping? And I'm like, I don't know. Anyways, as time went by, I kept thinking, oh my god, if I don't confess, will they expel me? And every day after my punishment, I would go and pray, literally get in a corner all by myself and just pray and say, God, please, if you let this pass, I would be a good girl. I would not ever get in trouble again. I would literally do everything right. Every day I'll pray that prayer, and then I'll get questioned. I'll do my punishment. I had a few friends come out to help. Shout out to those of you who helped me. If you did, you were a real one. And yeah, so on my final day of punishment, the headmaster called me in for another final questioning, which I didn't know it was going to be at the time. He said, do you know the reason why I'm letting you go? Because I saw your younger sister crying today, and she said she was crying because they were going to expel her sister. I guess they got to a point where it was like they couldn't get anything else out of me, so what's the point of like punishing me even more? So yes, from that day onwards, I was the best child ever. I didn't get in trouble. They didn't stop me from having a boyfriend, but I still never just got in trouble. Like I'd stay away from anything that was against the school rules. Anyways, other than that, like I just stayed completely clean. If someone even brought some contraband, some snacks towards me, I'll be like, please keep it away from me because I don't want trouble. Stay away from me. Oh my god, that was quite a traumatizing experience. I thought I was a bad guy, but the experience humbled me. That experience just was like, oh, you think you are? Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? It just clipped all my wings. I was like reduced to nothing. If you could relate to something I said in this story time, or if you went to school with me and you know one of the things that I'm talking about, just leave a comment. If you went to my first day school or my boarding school and you could just relate, just leave a comment and just say something. That brings me to the end of this story time. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for stopping by. Bye.